make a thing out of it. You just know when you look at me that I'm not like everyone else. And people are usually very intimidated. But don't worry, I don't get offended. It's really silly to get offended, especially when you're dealing with sheep. They don't know what they do. Oftentimes they know not what they say, and they have no clue as to how they come across. So you gotta forgive, you gotta forgive, you gotta forgive, because that's what we must do. And I'm so grateful for every bad thing that ever happened to me, 'cause it gave me empathy. And I'm so grateful for their misunderstanding, because it helps me have more understanding. And I'm grateful for every time I've ever been ridiculed, because it makes me less likely to ridicule. But I am a comedian, and so I have more leeway than most to say what I want. And I know that a lot of comedians are being real careful. I guess they want a career or some shit. Well, we don't. I got a career flipping burgers. I got a career making milkshakes. I got a career keeping myself alive. And that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. But a lot of people want recognition. And a lot of people want attention. We all know. A lot of people want approval. A lot of people want to be the prettiest girl at the ball. Well, not us. I knew a long time ago that I was probably the second ugliest girl at the ball, okay? Not the ugliest, but the second to ugliest. Is that right? It's okay. You don't have to be pretty. It's okay. You don't have to be anything, anything. And that's not a cope. 'Cause I look at pretty girls, that's all they'll ever be. No matter how talented they are, that's how society will see them. But I have more opportunity. Or opportunity. Opportunity. There's more potential. My horizon's fully expanded. When I'm limited, people don't understand that. They'll never understand that, so long as they keep playing the victim about stuff that's inconvenient. Yeah. 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 It's true though. whatever limits you can actually greatly benefit you in the long run. So when I accepted that I wasn't pretty, I don't know when that was exactly, but I started focusing on other things, you know? It's like if you're really short, you're probably not going to play basketball, you know? But you know your limitations, so you're going to find something else that you excel at, rather than obsessing about the limitation. But I think that women in Western societies are like trained to see ourselves as objects. And though a lot of women like that, or they say they like it, I don't think that they actually like it. Any woman that says that she likes that is a liar, okay? And she's just saying that to troll people, or she's saying that because she wants to be liked by men that hate women that see us as nothing more than trophies. But here's the thing, y'all. It's not the fucking 50s anymore, okay? It hasn't been the 50s for quite some time. And all these people that, like, want to go back to the traditional way of living where they don't have to think about anything and they don't have to question whether the government's good or bad. Those days are over, son. Those days are over. And I honestly feel sorry for people that are just, like, hung up on that. I know that I probably seem like I am because I refuse to upgrade my phone, but the thing is, I'm really not stuck in the 90s, you know? I just don't want a smartphone. Like, I don't know why people think that, like, oh, I'm gonna do what everybody else is doing, and that's gonna get me ahead. That doesn't make any sense to me. But authenticity is truly feared by most people. I think that that's why so many sheep hate artists, because they see us as like the ultimate fuck you to society. Well, you're not wrong. Like, I decided a long time ago that I was never going to get married and have kids and live this conventional life. But the thing is, though, the more that I got indoctrinated in the culture, the more I became convinced that my original instinct was wrong. And so I tried to be in relationships and just pushed every single dude away. Every single dude that was actually a decent dude, you know, like, treated me right, respected me, appreciated me, all that. It's like, I didn't have time for him. And that's the thing with mental illness. Like, if you're talking to somebody that is fully aware of everything that's going on with them, like, you should be grateful for the fact that they know that. And I've dealt with a lot of dudes that, like, they just insist on this idea that, like, oh, I don't know myself and I don't know what I'm talking about in relation to my experience. That is the most infuriating thing. And that's the kind of thing that makes me never want to talk to somebody again, if they invalidate my experience. And I don't think that I'm alone here. I mean, I've talked to several people that are more like on the schizophrenia spectrum. Like, if you have ADHD, it's going to be really, really hard for you, I think. It's going to be a lot harder for you than the average person to, like, be able to maintain or whatever. You know, I think that people in the cluster B personality, those people, because they want attention, those are like the dramatic personality disorders. Because they want attention, they require society to give them that attention, rather than the cluster A personalities that just want to, like, go off into the woods and be alone and stay up all night and make stuff, do a bunch of drugs, you're so much better than the rest of society. I don't care what anybody says. Go with yourself. Go with yourself. I promise it'll be worth it. I mean, look at me, y'all. Look at me. I'm playing keyboard with Tupac. And this ant right here. Hello. Hello. I'm playing keyboard, drinking coffee on a pile of rocks, sitting on my pillow. Yes, this is just awesome. You know? You don't have to tell me that this is all man-made. Like, we know. Trust me, honey. We know. We're not off in the wilderness somewhere, okay? The Sarah Cannon Cancer Institute is like right across from where we are right now. Okay, so yeah, this is totally not man-made. Like, we realize this, okay? But at the same time, like, we still try to enjoy whatever we possibly can. And Western civilization isn't all bad. I know that I bitch about it a lot, but it used to be a lot better. But people are fine with the industries. They're fine with the industries, they're fine with technology. They claim that they're not fine with degeneracy, but what they don't understand is that the industries and technology have catapulted that degeneracy. They don't get it. And they don't want to get it because they don't want to get rid of the technology. They don't want to stop relying on industries, you know? It's kind of obvious. People are just lazy sacks of shit. That's all. That's all. But it's like this world moves so fast. And, you know, society can't keep up with it. That's why society is so depressed. Like, I read yet another study that was talking about that. Like, depression's accelerated and people are more depressed than they've ever been. Yeah, because they deserve to be depressed. When they stare at a phone all the time, why wouldn't they be depressed? That's a depressing thing to do. And I don't really like, I mean, I do empathize, but I don't. Like, there's a part of me that feels really bad for society because they just went along with it because they don't know any better. It's like, say you're shitting yourself. At some point, you're going to change your pants, right? Well, like, society's not changing its pants. It just keeps all over itself constantly, and then it whines that shit is running down its leg all the time. Yeah, that's what you get. You do this all the time. This is what you get. I'm surprised you haven't killed yourself. That's what I would do if I were you, but that's neither here nor there. But I feel like the only people that seem like they're a little bit healthier than the rest of society are people that, like, understand how dangerous this stuff truly is. Like, I know that I probably seem like I'm just sitting up on my high horse, like, arrogantly looking down at everybody else in society, but that's really not it, dude. Like, I just feel bad because, like, I feel so bad for the children. But, like, they really are being possessed, though. And I don't think that most people in Western civilization are ready for that conversation, especially Christians, which just kind of proves that they're not actual Christians if they don't care that the devil has taken over the youth, okay? Like, I've had to deal with, like, a lot of these, like, Gen Z kids, and, like, I mean, I think I was bitching about this a couple weeks ago about like giving my money to some gas station attendant, and he just like reluctantly took care of me. And like I see that from so many of these like Zoomer kids. And I think it has everything to do with the fact that like they don't want to be at work, you know? I keep reading articles about that too, about how like, oh yeah, the Zoomers don't have a work ethic. Yeah, because their parents gave them a phone so that they didn't have to be a parent, okay? I mean, here's the thing, if, like, I got onto my parents for, like, always watching television. It's like we didn't spend time together as a family. The only time that we really did that was over the holidays. And that's when the whole family was together. But we didn't have, like, quality family time, you know, where everybody was hanging out. It was like everybody was in their separate rooms watching TV, you know? And now it's the same thing, only it's the phone. Or it's computers, it's laptops or whatever, you know? And that's just so sickening that people would choose that. But it's not just like dividing, it's not just dividing us from each other. You know, it's not just like creating this barrier. Because I feel like the kinds of people that are fine with that, like, those are people that aren't ever going to be secure, and they're never going to be satisfied with anything that they do. You know? And, like, I feel like a lot of the boomer generations like this, like, they're always frustrated, they're always impatient about things. And it's like, yeah, they're not satisfied because they don't have God. They don't know, like, their true purpose. And so, many of them got married and had kids that they didn't really know what they were getting into, but they got into it. And, like, that is why I'm against procreation, like, unless you really know what you're doing. Because it's, like, it's just a sheep thing. It's just like, oh, I do this because I'm told to do this. I don't do it because I really want to, and I understand the reason for it. And that we're supposed to be fruitful and multiply, and this is the greatest gift from God, like, being able to like, literally make love to somebody, and in that love create something so precious. I mean, just to be able to create human life is like, it literally is the greatest gift ever. And it makes me so sick that people that have that gift, they just squander it. And, like, I know that I'm not meant to open that gift, like, in spite of my uterus. Like, I'm not meant to open that gift because, like, I have too much going on up here. And a long time ago, the state, you know, that good old-fashioned government, they sterilized people like me. So I know that if I were to be too unconventional, they would try to take my kids away. And I do not understand how people are not, like, murdering members of the government for, like, taking their kids away. Like, that's insane, dude. That's insane. Like, they're literally taking away your flesh and blood all because you're poor and you don't have enough money to lawyer up. And they're doing it because they can get away with it. And that's the thing, so many people don't even know about that. So many people have no idea what's going on in their own country. They have no idea that, like, in a separate neighborhood, you know, a couple miles away, like, the government are, like, literally kidnapping kids. And they're putting them in abusive foster care homes. And then selling them in sex trafficking rings, okay? Like, that is what has been happening in this country for a long-ass time. And so, it's like, when you know how bad things are, you don't want to bring another life into this world to have to endure that. But I know that people are going to be really critical of me. Like, if anything happens with me, I know that people are going to just tear apart my lifestyle and tear apart my mindset and everything. Which is fine, because, you know, that's what people do. But they're not comedians, though. They're not. Like, that is one of the cool things about being a comedian, is that you can shit on society. Because more than likely, society has been shitting on you your entire life. So I guess that's why I'm so good at it. But it's like, I don't think it's right to tell other people what to do. Like, no matter how opinionated I am about things, I never go up to people and tell them to get rid of their phone. I never go up to people and tell them to stop using Facebook, or, you know, because I know that they're going to do what they want to do. And it's a lot easier to convince people by showcasing, like, how much better your lifestyle is, rather than just, you know, preaching about how evil their lifestyle is, you know? Leading by example is something that very few people know how to do.